other things you can do with the form is you can not accepting responses, which means at a particular point in time, if you want to close the form, so to speak, you just click on that one button and it closes the form altogether, which is beautiful for deadlines and stuff like that. There's add-ons, quizzes. I'm not going to explain this, but you can make this a quiz, so to speak, which kind of automatically grades the responses based on point values and correct answers and stuff like that. You can go through this in detail. There are quite a few other videos that will explain this, explain how to set this up. You can also have a few other things about show progress bar. You can shuffle the question orders. It doesn't have to be in this order. You can show the link to submit another response, or literally take it off. So each person can submit only one once. You can also limit a person's, after requiring the sign-in, limit only one response to the form. This is basically to not have multiple entries and stuff like that, especially for, I don't know, quizzes or something like that, and yeah, lots of other things. You can also, on the other side, say edit after submission. So if you want to allow for someone to change the responses a little later and stuff, you can allow for this as well. Right, and this is for the person who's submitting the form. If you want to allow them to see the summary charts and stuff, which might be necessary for certain, again, use cases. So that is Google Forms and how you link it to spreadsheets. The next section will deal with the different questions and question types. This becomes critical because we are using the spreadsheets. Last video we left off with connecting the spreadsheets to the form itself. This is the spreadsheet that we were talking about, which has the same name as the form with responses. So that's how you find it. But let's get back into the form and look at the different question types, and actually just open the sheet because we'll need it. So let's say this is a new question that we are creating. The different types of questions are best explained while looking at it. So right now, these are we realize were short answer text type questions. Short answers. Let's look at what a long answer or a paragraph looks like. Let's just refresh this. This basically, the difference is I can type and say enter, and I can type again. Here I can type only one line. So if I say no, let's say Raunak, enter, I can't go, there's no next line, so to speak. With long answer, next lines are possible. So you can create paragraphs and stuff like that, which is why it's called paragraph. Then multiple choice. Multiple choice just gives you, you can add options to your particular question. Do you, no, not do you. Do you like this? Option 1 can be yes. Option 2 is no. And now let's look at this. Let's just look at the same form again. Do I like this? Yes. No. Other. And I can type that in because I allowed for that as an option as well. Then what does checkboxes mean? Very similar to this. Refresh, reload. I can select multiple of them. So I can select all three. Then what does drop down mean? Refresh, reload, choose. This, yes, no. In a drop down situation, the other doesn't make too much sense, but you can add how many other options you want as well. So let's say let's just finish the things and I'll tell you why this might be useful and where you use each one of them. That might be the next one anyway, next video. I'll get back to file upload a while later. Linear scale just gives you 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 and things like that. And let's just look at what this looks like. Why not? So that, then multiple choice grid. So this is like match the following or something. And these don't have to be equal, but let's give it one extra one. Then view, right? So for each row, I'm choosing a particular column. I can't choose two columns for the same row. It'll choose either one. But for each question or each row, I can choose a particular column. Then multiple choice grid, checkbox grid. As you might have imagined, I can now choose everything. Date and time is very useful for possibly scheduling things, etc. Let's just look at what that looks like. This looks kind of different on every device, so that's useful. Here you can literally just click on a particular date. Excuse me. You can click on a particular date and it chooses that. You can obviously do all of that. So this works like this on a desktop Chrome, meaning Chrome the browser. It has a different way it looks on each kind of device, but it looks, as in, it's a lot easier to use on the phone, let's just say. Then time is another one. Let's just do that quickly. So you can type in stuff, AM, PM. All right.